This morning we will be discovering movement through organic space and allowing your body to move freely and create structure and strength around your postures. Today we'll be focusing at the hips and strengthening the hips and the core as you move through heightened postures and experiencing the joy within. Go ahead and meet me on your mat, so lying down on your spine. Simply become aware of your breath. Noticing what your breath is doing for your body. And begin to extend the arms up overhead as you lengthen through the entire system. Start to stretch into your body. Preparing the spine as you lengthen through your toes, your hands, your fingertips. And then slowly bring your knees into your chest as you wrap your arms around your shins. Start to tune into your core and rock from side to side. Engagement into the belly button. Making small circles to the low spine. And shifting the direction of the circles. Keeping the low back planted against the earth. And neutralize through the spine. Taking the hands behind your thighs. Activate into the core. Lengthen through your sit bones forward as the sacrum flattens against the earth. Draw energy up through the spine. Shoulders press back and down away from the earth. Draw the knees in to squeeze together. Flex through your feet. Draw your toes towards your shins and squeeze the knees into the chest. Take a deep inhalation into your belly. Audible exhale out of the mouth. Deep inhale into your belly. Audible exhale out of the mouth. Taking the arms out as wide as you can, planting your palms down into the earth. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Gently shift from side to side. Activate into your knees and squeeze the knees together as you begin to twist over onto your right hip. Lowering the knees down towards the earth, squeezing the feet together in the ankles. Begin to tune into the abdomen, pulling the navel in. Squeeze into the pelvic floor and shift weight down into your left shoulder. Constantly squeeze the knees towards each other. It's okay if they don't float all the way to the ground. And use the core to lift the legs up off the earth. Come back to the center, neutralize for a moment. And then shift your weight over towards the left, floating the legs down towards the left side of the room. Stretching through the core, draw the navel in. Send weight down through your right shoulder blade into the earth. Squeeze the knees together. And to twist out the spine. Inhale, neutralize, and pull the legs back to center. Float the hands down by the side, squeeze the knees into the chest, and then slowly begin to lift the feet up towards the sky. Press your heels towards the sky. Begin to activate down into your core. Lift into the pelvic floor. Glue the sacrum down into the earth. As you extend and widen your collarbones, shoulders roll back and down away from the ears. Palms firmly press into the earth and begin to expand your legs out wide. Pressing energy out the backside of the hamstrings, through the backside of the calves, out through the heels, drawing the toes towards your shins. Engagement into the core. And then create a gentle shift from side to side. Moving through the legs, active engagement into the core. Sending energy through the sit bones and out through the heels. Neutralize through your pelvis and lift the legs up towards the sky. Exhale, bend into the knees, float the knees towards the chest. Give yourself a deep hug. Float the feet down onto the earth, planting the heels underneath the hips. Activate down into your hands and gently lift the pelvis up off the ground. And exhale, lower back down. Turn your heels out wide, walk your feet to the outer edge of the mat. Begin to shift the knees over towards the left side. Allow your hands to float over towards the right, shifting energy through the right knee down towards the front of the mat, flexing your right toes. The right hip presses over towards the left side of the room by squeezing into your glute. Right shoulder blade deeply pressed down into the earth, creating core engagement. Inhale, neutralize and come back to center. Floating the left knee down towards the front side of the room, your right knee out towards the right side of the room. Shifting through the weight of the left shoulder, press the left knee forward, engage into the inner thighs, pull the core in, and activate through your toes. Inhale, come back to center. Gentle shift from side to side, windshield wipering the knees, releasing the low back, noticing the changes throughout the body. And then we'll float the knees back over towards the left, this time going a little bit deeper. As you press your right knee forward, squeeze into your right glute and press your right hip towards the left side of the room. You can stay right here or lift your left leg up and over to create more. Shift through the shoulders so that both shoulders are even onto the ground. Zip up the midline, draw the navel towards the spine and in towards the midline of the body. Stretching through the right arm, you can begin to press through the hips even further, extending the energy out of the sacral chakra towards the left side of the room. 2 more deep breaths. Stretching through the quadricep, active engagement into the inner thigh. Core is pulling up and in and expanding through the shoulders. As you inhale, lift the knees, lower the left leg down back onto the earth. And start to shift your weight over onto the right hip. Left knee presses forward. Left toes press towards the left shin. Right leg can lift up and over. And then squeeze into your left glute. Press your left hip towards the right side of the room. Shift the left shoulder blade down into the earth and engage into the core. You can use active engagement to release and redistribute. As you pull in the muscular system, the engagement portion will help find the strength. The softening will help find space. So being able to breathe into the space, using your breath to become aware. And as you inhale, begin to lower the right foot down. Bring your knees towards each other, constructive rest pose. Lengthen through the backside of the body. Palms press down into the ground. Begin to lift through the feet. Knees come towards the chest. Hands wrap around the under edge of your feet, pulling the knees in, lengthening the sacrum down into the earth. Shoulders roll back and down and press into the earth. Engage into the core, into an active, happy baby. Squeezing the knees together and extend the legs up tall. Float the hands down by the sides. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press through the heels, active alignment through the backside of the body as you lower your right leg down. As you lower the right leg down, shift your core and extend the right leg forward. Allow it to hover off the earth and lift through the left leg even further. This time, rock your hips up as you use the lower core and come back down. This does not have to be a big shift. We'll do this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lengthen through the right leg, extend the right leg all the way to the earth. Take the hands and plant them around the back side of the left thigh, pulling the left leg closer towards your chest. You can walk your hands up towards your calf, to the back side of your ankle, and wherever you are, glue your shoulders down into the earth and use the construction of your core to lengthen through the hamstring and the back side of the leg. Float the hands away from you on an exhale. And as you inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Begin to shift the left leg back down towards the earth. Engage into the core. Allow the left leg to float about a foot off the ground. Engage into the core and then rock the hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to neutral. Lengthen the left leg all the way down towards the earth. Wrap the hands back behind the right thigh. Shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Engage into the earth as you press through the right heel. Active alignment, active energy. Breathe into your body. And slowly begin to lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend into the knees, wrap the hands around the shins. Give yourself a deep hug. This time, bring your forehead towards your knees and squeeze your heels towards your glutes. 3 deep breaths. And slowly roll back down. Lengthen through the arms, gentle movement from side to side. Taking a moment to explore through whatever is needed in your body. This could be another twist, maybe extension, maybe another bridge. Just explore what's needed for you in your movements, in your body. Taking options. And coming back to your center, taking a moment to connect into the body, and gently begin to make your way to your favorite side into a fetal position. And as you greet yourself in the fetal position, connect into your breath, become aware, and start to breathe deeply into your body, inviting the Ujjayi breath to start to explore. Making your way up to a seated position. Opening through the chest, lifting the sternum up towards the sky, shoulders back and down, root the sit bones down towards the earth. This time, walk your fingertips out towards the wide edge of your mat, and then extend and widen the knees. Draw your hips a little bit closer towards your heels, and then gently begin to squeeze the knees in as you press the tops of your feet down into the earth. Expand through the toes, and really begin to shift the hips forward. Lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine, and this time squeeze your left glute forward, pressing the left hip towards the front side of the mat. And then gently release the left glute. Squeeze into the right glute. Begin to lower the right knee down towards the earth. Toes press into the ground. And then gently release from the right glute. Inhale and lift and press through the left side. This time press the left knee down towards the earth and activate through the core, pulling up the navel. Shifting to the right side as you soften through the left. Noticing any tightness, any shifts, any progress through the body as you shift from one side to the other. Begin to neutralize, extend the legs out long. Gentle bend into the knees. And then take your legs and cross them the opposite direction. So if you had your right knee or your right foot forward and your left foot back, then go ahead and switch them to make it the more awkward space. Take the knees out wide, and this time shift your weight so that you can squeeze through your glutes and lift the hands up overhead. Exhale, draws the hands down through the heart center. begin to shift the weight forward. This time, plant the fingertips onto the earth, and then take notice of where the knees are. Begin to press the knees down towards the earth by pressing the tops of your feet down into the ground. Using the earth as support, begin to draw your chest forward and find expansion. Shoulders back and down away from the ears. And as if you are squeezing a block between your elbows, activate into the lateral muscles, activate into your biceps, your triceps. And then squeeze your fingertips against the earth as if you're pulling yourself down. Inhale, lift your fingertips back towards your knees. Extend the legs out forward. Gentle shift from side to side. Bend into the knees. And then greeting yourself back in Sukhasana. Easy seat. Find a comfortable space for you to be seated. Inhale to rise your arms up overhead. Float the right hand down towards the earth. Lengthen through the torso. Shift into the hips and extend the left fingertips towards the right side of the room. Hold and press down into your right fingertips. Shift your right shoulder back and down. Lengthen through the side body. Inhale, float the fingertips down towards the earth. And rise the right arm up. Shift your weight down into your right sit bone. Press your right knee down towards the earth as you open through the chest. Lower the left shoulder away from the ear. And stretch your right fingertips out to the left side of the room. Inhale, float the hand back down. Lengthen through the spine, fingertips root down into the earth. Extend the arms out forward. Pull your fingertips in and lock your thumbs around your fingertips and extend your first fingers forward. This time, lower the first finger down towards the earth as you press the front side of your wrist forward. And then extend your second finger down, your third finger down, your fourth finger down. And then begin to press the fingertips out towards the sides of your mat. And then begin to shift the fingertips back towards the midline. And then bring the fingertips towards each other. This time, fold the fingertips in. Press the back sides of the hands towards each other, the back sides of the fingertips. Begin to bend into the elbows. And then extend the elbows out wide. Press the back sides of the hands towards each other. And then begin to shift the fingertips towards the front of the room. And shifting them back towards the heart. Taking gentle movements for your wrists to warm up. Taking care of our joints. And then releasing the hands. Making circles, pressing the palms, the back sides of the palms together. Getting used to your proprioception, reconnecting to your body, knowing where the body is moving, getting fancy with the wrist movements, whatever feels good for you. Then begin to bring your fingertips towards the side edges of your ribs, and then press the tops of the wrists into the ribs as you press the shoulders back. Lengthen through the torso, open through the chest, and take a deep breath in. And gently release the wrists, slowly roll them out. And make your way into tabletop position. Planting the hands, shifting either over the knees or rolling to one side. And as soon as you tune into your tabletop, activate into your Hasta Bandha, press into the hands, engage into the thumb and the pinky together. Gentle lift into the backside of the palms and press the knees and the tops of the shins and feet into the earth. And then slowly begin to inhale, lower the belly, expand through the hips. And as you exhale, press the hips back towards your heels. Round through the spine as you exhale further. And inhale shifts you forward. Lowers the belly. Exhale, pressing back. rounding through the spine. Inhale, comes forward, lowering the belly down, expanding through the sit bones and sending the hips back, using your energy and your core to shift you through the movements. Taking this time to explore the wave on your own. Inhale, come back to center. And slowly begin to shift from side to side. As you shift from side to side, begin to round through the spine, taking organic movement, maybe shifting through the hips from side to side, maybe shifting into your cat and cow or barrel rolls. Just become aware of what your body needs. Neutralizing through the spine, pressing down through the knees, active engagement. Curl the toes under and send your hips back towards your heels. Shift your weight forward and expand through your sit bones, active engagement down into the knees and pressing the hands forward. Lift the core. And then as you engage, press down into the hands and pull your knees into your chest. Send your sit bones down towards the earth. Exhale, lower the knees down. Press the heart forward, expand through the sit bones, and then begin to lift up as you press back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, shift forward. This time, come all the way forward. Extend your legs back behind you, high plank. Activate through the core, shifting through the toes, forward and back. Lengthening through the shoulders, eyes of the elbows towards each other. And then use the core, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Slowly begin to bend into one knee at a time. Then slowly begin to roll forward into a wave, high plank. Bend into the knees. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Downward dog. Inhale, rolls you forward. Exhale, bend into the knees. Shift the hips back. Lift through the body. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, presses you back. Pause in your downward dog, stretching through the back sides of the legs. Bend through the knees as much as needed. And shift your heels down towards the earth. Shoulders pressing back and away from the ears, eyes of elbows towards each other. Come up onto your tiptoes. Plant through the left toes, lift your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, pull your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. Lengthen through the legs. Extend your right arm up towards the sky. Shift your weight down into the hips. And hold into Elixir of the Moon. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Begin to lift and shift your left foot to the outside edge of your mat, lowering down Malasana. Two more deep, long breaths as you send the sit bones down towards the earth. Lift through the toes. Shift through your core. Plant back through the hands. Extend your right leg back. Pull the left knee towards the left shoulder and engage through the right hand to lift the left arm up towards the sky. Sink down deeply into the hips. Elixir of the Moon. Exhale, lowers the left hand down towards the earth. Shift your weight, press the left foot back. Exhale, press the hips up towards the sky. 3 deep breaths, downward facing dog. Slowly begin to walk your hands back to meet your toes. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root down into the heels. Plant through the fingertips. And draw yourself up as far as you can away from the earth as you pull the navel up and in. Bend into the knees as much as you need to. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, rise the arms up. Lengthen through the spine, shift through the heels, lift into your toes and open through your heart center. Begin to shift the shoulders back down and away as you squeeze through the core. And then slowly begin to lower your fingertips forward, bend into the knees, send your seat back, functional chair. Lowering the fingertips down towards the earth, wrap your arms around the backside of your thighs. Pull your head towards the knees and sit down deeply into your supported chair. Inhale, lift the sit bones up towards the sky. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release and fold. Round through the spine, lift all the way up to standing. Arms rise up overhead. Right hand extends over the left wrist. Begin to press the left palm towards the right side of the room. Press down into your left heel, lift your left toes. Press down into the top of the ball of the foot. Inhale, center. Extend the left fingertips around the right hand. As you press the right palm towards the left side of the room, active engagement down into the left heel, press down into the right foot, engage into the core. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands halfway out in front of you, bend into the knees. Press the back side of your knees into your tricep. Bend into the knees and shift your weight forward as you look forward. Hold. Exhale, lower yourself back down. Take a moment, recenter, regroup. Shifting your weight back into the back sides of your triceps. Look about a foot out in front of you. As you engage, you can begin to shift your weight, lifting the toes up off the ground, floating into your crow pose. Hold into the structure. Squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the knees together. And then lower the feet towards the outside edges of the hands. Sink your sit bones down towards the earth, Malasana. Planting through the hands, send the sit bones up towards the sky. Turn the heels out wide, shift the weight down towards the earth. Inhale for a halfway lift. Walk the hands out in front of you for wide-legged downward facing dog. Gently begin to shift through the hips from side to side. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend into the knees. Shift your weight forward, pull yourself forward into a high plank. Walk your feet back towards the midline of your back. Mat, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Begin to dip your hips down towards the earth, stretching through the lower spine, pressing the hips forward, pulling the shoulders back. Engage into the tops of the feet, lift through the crown of your head. Slowly begin to curl through the body, press the hips up towards the sky, heels down towards the earth. Shifting your weight forward, high plank. Bring your right foot up halfway, planting just the toes onto the ground. Begin to shift your right arm up towards the sky. Come onto the left side edge of your right foot. Left foot. Opening through the chest. Exhale, lower the right arm down. Shift your right leg back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, down dog. Lift your left foot halfway. Begin to shift onto your right side edge of your foot. Lifting your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Step the left leg back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, down dog. Take the knees out wide. Lower down all the way, child's pose. Sinking the sit bones down towards the heels. As you engage into your core, press the sit bones down towards the earth. Walk your fingertips forward and pull the shoulders away from the ears. Active engagement into your pelvic floor, lengthening through the spine, creating traction. Begin to draw your fingertips back towards your knees. Lift into your chest and press your sit bones back behind you. Gentle shift from side to side, squeezing into the glutes. And plant into your hands. Begin to curl your toes under. Press your knees back. Meeting the knees behind your triceps. Begin to activate into your core. Lift through the hips, press forward and squeeze into the knees against the triceps and float your legs up to your crow pose. Allowing the feet to come back down, settling the seat back towards the earth, Malasana. Planting through the hands. Begin to shift the weight. Bring the knees to the back sides of the triceps. Making your way gently forward into your crow pose. And as you exhale, bring the feet to the outside edges of your mat. Walk your hands gently further forward. Lift into your hips. Bring the knees to the back side of your triceps. Shift forward. Squeeze the toes towards each other and engage into the body. Lowering the feet towards the outside edge of the mat and lowering down Malasana. Pressing the hands back down into the mat. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Shift through the length of your spine into a halfway lift. Hold into your core. Press the sit bones out and away from each other. Press down into the heels. The big portion of the ball of the foot. Lift your toes. Expand the ground away from you. And inhale, halfway lift. Bringing your feet hips width distance apart. Inhale for the halfway lift to hold. And then take your arms out wide. Begin to shift up towards the sky. Arms rise. Create a gentle back bend as you press the hips forward, extend the arms back, lift through the chest. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release. Rounding through the spine, rising up one vertebrae at a time. Arms extend up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Stepping your left leg back behind you into a high lunge. Begin to twist open towards the right side of the room, lengthening through the arms, core engaged, squeezing into the hips, gathering to the inner thigh. Inhale, shift your right arm up towards the sky, left arm rises. Extend through the back leg, lowering the left heel, 90-degree angle. Warrior two, gaze over your right fingertips. Open through the heart, open through the hips, and expand through the body. Lowering the left hand down, extend the right arm up. Exhale, lower the right elbow towards the inside edge of your right thigh. Lifting your left arm towards the front of the room. Begin to flow as you inhale, rise the right arm back behind you. And exhale, shift forward. Leaning back to the neutral space. Lifting back onto the left toes, extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, float the hands down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, down dog. Walking your feet to meet your hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Rear to rise, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Shifting through your left foot, begin to extend your right leg back. High lunge. Arms rise. As you shift through the weight, extending open towards the left side of your room. Squeeze the inner thighs, take the gaze back behind you. Core engaged. Inhale, arms lift. Shifting through the weight, press down into your right heel. Expand and open, warrior two. Lowering your right arm down, left arm back. Lowering the left elbow towards the left knee, rising the right arm forward, extended side angle, sink down into the hips. Inhale, come back to center. Warrior two. Moving through your flow, lowering your right hand down, left arm up. And exhale, shift forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Neutralize warrior two. And exhale, plant the hands down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, press back, down dog. Pressing down through the hands, begin to lower onto your forearms to a dolphin. Lifting your right leg up. And exhale, lower the right leg down. Inhale, squeeze and lift the left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, lower it down. Pressing through the hands, downward facing dog. And walking your feet to meet your heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend through the knees, arms rise, chair pose. Sink the hips back. Come up onto the tiptoes and lengthen through the body. Exhale, float the hands back, press the heels down. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, press back. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, float it back. One more time, lift and rise, hold. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release it and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take the arms out wide. Begin to rise. Stepping your left leg back. Shift the toes towards the wide edge of your mat. And as you exhale, forward fold. Going all the way down towards the earth. Inhale for a halfway lift to create structure. And exhale, lower. Breathing into the body. Begin to bend into your left knee. Send your hips down towards the earth. Using the structure of the earth below you. As you lift the hips back up, shift your weight, press your right hip back, lengthen through the left leg. Supported Skandasana as you shift from side to side. If you would like more, you can shift and lift the toes up towards the sky, sending your sit bones down. For added challenge, you can lift the hands up off the earth and shift from side to side. Creating movement and fluidity through the body. Toes pointed forward. And on your next inhale, come back to your center. Plant your fingertips down underneath your nose. Lift the left arm up towards the sky. Shift both hips so that they're even, pressing down through the heels. Engage towards the body and open through the chest. You can wrap the left hand behind your right hip and open through the chest. Open the shoulder, activate. And then slowly lower the left hand down. Lifting the left arm up towards the sky. And then lowering the right hand back behind, opening through the chest, shifting through the weight. Spinal engagement. And exhale, lower the right hand down. Inhale, root to rise, arms come up overhead. 5-pointed star. Turn the heels in, turn the toes out. Bring the hands to heart center, lower down, goddess pose. Shift through the heels. Active into the core. Lower the sit bones down. Curl through the hips. Lift through the toes. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, press through the heels, back behind you, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Walking your fingertips towards your left foot, shifting the weight so that the right toes come forward. Press through the heels. And then actively pull onto your right tiptoes, bend into the left knee, runner's lunge. And then shifting back through the left leg, active through the right tiptoes, press through the heel, keep the fingertips on the earth, and stretch through the core. Then back through the left knee, lower and sink through the hips. And inhale, lift. Straighten through the left leg, press through the right heel, engage through the core. Active arms, active fingertips, long flat back. Gentle bend back into the knee. Shift your weight, walk your feet to the opposite side. Coming up onto the back tiptoes. Straightening through the right leg. And then bend into your right knee. Lower the left hip forward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, shift through the weight, straighten through the right leg. Active engagement into the core. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders pulled back and down. And exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, lengthen through the right leg. Plant through the hands. Drag your right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Rolling forward. Bending into the knees. Uncurling the toes. Shifting the hips back. Neutralizing into a child's pose. Allow the hands to float down by the sides. Resting the forehead against the earth. Begin to walk the fingertips back out in front of you. Pressing yourself back forward, tabletop position. Uncurl your toes, lift the hips, lift the knees. Press the hips back. towards the back side of the room. Rise your right leg up towards the sky. Bring your right knee to the outside edge of your right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Hold and extend your right leg out. Press your left heel down into the earth. Lift the left arm up towards the sky, falling sky. Exhale, lower the left hand. Lift your right leg up. Pull it back behind you. Bend into your right knee. Float your right foot over towards the left side of the room. Lift your right arm up and back. Begin to lower down onto your sit bones. Right knee is bent. Left arm crosses over. Extend your right arm back behind you. Send your right arm forward. Lengthen through the fingertips towards the outside edge of your left foot. Squeeze your right knee in. Float the left fingertips back behind you. Rise the left leg up towards the sky. You can open for a twist, taking the left hand back behind you, sinking both sit bones down into the earth evenly. And exhale, lower your left hand towards the inside edge of your left foot. Begin to hinge forward. Bend into the left knee as much as needed. Pressing energy through the left heel. Squeeze your right knee in towards your right shoulder. And slowly begin to draw yourself back up to center. Left arm lengthens back behind you. Begin to press down into your left heel. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Open through the chest. Come onto the side edge of your left foot. As you begin to rise the right leg up, planting your right foot forward to the outside edge of your mat, lowering the left knee. Uncurl the left toes. Shift your weight forward. You can lower onto your forearms. Squeeze your right knee towards the inside edge of your tricep. Begin to plant into your right hand, lift onto the left. Bend into the left knee and extend your left hand back behind you to the outside edge of your left foot. Open through the chest. If you would like more, you can take both hands back behind you, grabbing onto the left foot and pulling the left heel towards your left glute. Squeezing into the core, lifting into the chest. You can keep your right fingertips planted. And then slowly with control, lower the left foot down, plant both hands, curl the toes, lift the left knee, extend the right leg back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back down, dog. Inhale, rise the left leg up. Left knee, left elbow, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, pull it in towards the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. Left elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pull it across. Hold into the space. Extend the left leg out. Lower the right heel. Extend the right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand. Draw your left foot up and back. Bend into the left knee, stack the hips. Begin to shift the weight onto the right side of the edge of the left heel. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Left arm back behind you. Sink through the hips, lower the hips down towards the earth. Right arm extends across the left shin. Open through the chest into a twist. Shift your right hip back, left hip forward, squeeze into the inner thigh. Press through your right heel. Take the left hand out towards the right side of your foot. of your right foot. Engage into the core. And begin to rise your right foot up as you plant the left fingertips back behind you. Bend into the knee as much as needed. Pressing energy through the right heel. Circle your right hand to the inside edge of your right foot. Begin to lower down. Create a long flat back. Squeeze your left knee to the outside edge of your shoulder. Sink both sit bones down into the earth. Engage into the core. Lift into the spine. Slowly begin to lower out of the posture. Press your right hand back behind you. Begin to lift the hips up towards the sky. And slowly begin to lower your left hand down as your left foot pulls forward to the outside edge of your mat. Lower the right knee. Uncurl the right toes. Open through the chest. Press the shoulders back. Begin to bend into your right knee. Left hand back behind you. Fingertips can stay on the earth. And slowly start to bring the left hand forward. Curl the toes under. Press through the right leg. Extend the left leg back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, outward facing. And exhale, press back down dog. Breathing deeply into the downward facing dog. Pressing through the sit bones, widening through the hips. Pressing your heels down into the earth. Expanding through the feet. Coming up onto the tiptoes. Gently walk yourself forward. Plugging the hips up in towards the air as you pull each foot up off the ground. Lowering the heels, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, hands come to the right side. Press down into your right foot, cross the left leg up and over. As you begin to hinge forward, press your elbows into the shins. Inhale to rise. Plant the left foot down. Active engagement into the core. Begin to bend into the knees. Lift your right foot up and over the left thigh. Press your right knee down towards the earth as you send your hips back. Core engaged. Chest lifted. Hips pressing evenly down into the earth. And hold for the stretch. Inhale, lift through the body. Press the right foot down towards the earth. Arms rise up overhead. Drawing your hands to your chest. Extend through the arms. Begin to bend into the knees. Come up onto the tiptoes. Lower all the way down into a toe squat. Planting through the hands. Lift the knees, press them to the backside edges of your triceps. Shift your weight forward, lift the toes up off the ground into your crow pose. Lowering the feet down, sinking the hips down towards the earth. Ulasana. Walking the fingertips back behind you, and slowly set your sit bones down onto the earth. Extend the feet forward. Lift through the chest, plant the fingertips down. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, flip forward. Into a fold, toes draw back towards you. Press through the heels, engage. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, deepen through the core. Pull the abdomen up and in. Press through the shoulders, back and down. Active engagement into the feet. Inhale, lift up. Bend into your left knee. Plant the foot about a fist-width distance apart. And shift down into the hips. Actively engage. And wrap your fingertips around the baseline of the foot as you lift the foot and pull the left knee back behind you. Extend the left foot forward, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Begin to draw your right foot back, planting it about fist-width distance apart. Wrapping the fingertips around the bottom edge of the foot and lift the foot up. Pull the right knee back behind you. Lift into the chest and squeeze into the core. Begin to press the right leg forward and lower it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your left foot in. Take your right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Plant your left hand down and underneath, creating a bent elbow. You can hang out right here and press down into your hands, or you can lift and cross your right foot up and over. Plant down into the hands, shift through the weight, and squeeze the knees together. Gaze follows the toes, pulling the right shoulder back and down. 8-angle pose. Inhale, shift through the weight. Extend your right leg forward. Left leg extends forward. Bending into your right knee. Taking the left hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Bring your right hand underneath. Lift through the leg. Plant through your right hand. Squeeze into the tricep. Lift the left leg up and over. Engage into the core. Shift into the weight of the hands. Press the legs out towards the right side. Pull the left shoulder up and back. As you squeeze into the posture, shift yourself back forward and gracefully release. Extend the right leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly begin to rise back up to seated, lowering all the way down onto your spine. Drawing the knees into the chest, rocking your hips from side to side. Planting your heels down by your sit bones. Press your hands down into the earth, roll the shoulders back. Engage into the core and lift the hips up towards the sky. Bridge pose. Deep breathing into your body. Press through the feet. Chest lifts towards the chin. And exhale, come all the way down. Turn the heels out. Lower the knees towards each other. Construct a brush pose. Secondary bridge, or option to take wheel as you turn your heels in. Active engagement, you can clasp the hands underneath you if you're in a bridge pose, or pressing up into your wheel pose. And as you exhale, coming out of your wheel pose, pull your chin towards your chest, lower down onto your shoulders, lower one vertebrae at a time, and directly go into a constructive rest pose. Heels turn out, knees come together, allowing the psoas to release, the body to relax. Begin to walk the feet in towards each other, lowering the knees down towards the earth. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can place blocks underneath the knees for added support. Starting to cool your breath. relax your body. And as you are ready, extend the legs out long. Taking any additional movements, allowing your body to soften towards the space of Shavasana. Allowing your body to breathe, to feel, to witness, to experience. Tuning in. And softening your breath into your Shavasana. Allow your body to begin to breathe deeply as you shift energy through your fingertips and your toes. Allow your hands to float towards your sacral chakra, bringing your first finger and your thumb to touch, making a triangle. The honoring of your sacral energy, the connection to movement, to feeling, to experiencing life, to living life within the flowing movements, the ebb and flow, the never-ending change, the constant creation, your conscious awareness of your body as you feel and tune in to every movement. roll to your favorite side in fetal position. Taking a moment to connect to your morning intention. And slowly begin to make your way up to a cross-legged seated position. Lifting your hands to your heart center, bowing inwardly, honoring your grace, your movement, your breath. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, and an expressive exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, rise the arms up overhead, lifting and opening the veil, exposing truth, revealing all that you are. Releasing excess energy to the earth in gratitude and grace. And